I'm going to call us to order, even as Raphael's still arriving, just so we can get things going. So calling us to order right at noon. Hope everyone's doing well. I think we can do the minutes without Raphael. I had one addition I suggested to Phil, which was just to, there's a section where we talked about the collection of the old carts, recycling and trash carts and bins. And I just suggested adding the name of the nonprofit we worked with so that if anyone's ever looking at old records to try to,
Right.
you know, that's like the only time people might look for the minutes is to be like, wait, who did we work with?
My name was misspelled in just one little section of the minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry about that. It's a weird name and spelling, so it happens often. But under membership, that's where it was. I think the first name was misspelled.
But the middle name he got, huh?
Well, we just have it as Cherie Snolson in here,
Okay.
so
Is that all right?
that's slightly easier.
Mhm.
ROHM.
Yeah, and Charise for the first name.
Got it.
Thank you.
Sorry about
Hi,
that.
Raphael. We were just jumped in right in and we're doing
No
the
problem.
So if you have any comments on the minutes, otherwise, once people are ready, I'll entertain a motion.
Oh, that's actually in about 3 different places I've got your name wrong.
It's okay. Well, with the suggested edits, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Happy to second that motion. So I'll take a roll call vote on those. Jackie?
I'm a non-voting member, so.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot about that. All right, Cherise,
Aye.
Raphael,
Aye.
Phil,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. So the minutes have been approved to post. Let me look at our agenda again. Membership, I kept it on here because I did have interest from one other person to potentially join. Stephanie Lobner. I don't know if anyone knows her. So I might, and the next step was I was going to just follow up with her and share the volunteer form with her. And if she's interested, she can fill it out just like Cherise did and pass it along to the select board. But I just wanted to mention that we might have interest from one more. That would give us an even number of voting members, which is not ideal, but I don't think it's usually a problem on this advisory committee. So, all right. And then as far as events, I have not moved forward with setting up any tour of the recycling facility, but we should do that. I don't know if anyone, maybe Jackie, if you've made any connections through other towns, that would help with that, or if we should just reach out to Gmail, and I'm happy to do that.
I feel like Gmail might have a stronger contact, but I can certainly look into it.
Yeah. No, I'll just ask them.
Okay.
Where
Also, I think
is that materials recycling facility?
Gmail uses Casella, and they're in
Okay.
Charlestown.
Okay.
They bring all their recyclables there. And I've toured them before, but it was before they did a big overhaul of it. And it was fantastic before. So I imagine it'll be good to do. So I'll probably reach out to them and then maybe start doing like through email, maybe do a doodle. What are those called?
Doodle poll.
A doodle poll for scheduling something to get there for whoever's interested and open it up to the other volunteers. And I really should just minimize you guys so I can see the agenda here. I'm going to move you over. All right. So, oops. and guest presentations I have on here, I feel like this is very much like a beginning of the academic year meeting. We're still kind of coming up with ideas and stuff, but I don't think we talked about this last time, so I just wanted to make sure we talked about it on record, because I feel like there's been conversations over the past year with different people about maybe setting up routine speakers, maybe collaborating with the town library on topics and just having that be something we start doing, like invite professionals and have a theme-based speaker series. So I put that on here because I figure between us, we might have some good contacts. Maybe we can start now we can just start by compiling a list of anyone we might know that would be good to start with. Like Brian Walsh from Mass DEP would be an easy low-hanging fruit one, and others. So
And he focuses on what risk? There's probably multiple people we could get from DEP because he focuses on trash and recycling. We could probably get somebody from, or maybe we could get somebody to talk about carbon, the state's carbon goals.
yep, love it.
Maybe like an info session with someone from Black Earth about composting.
Mm,
Somebody from the Trump administration to extol the virtues of clean energy.
Good luck.
Yeah,
and the
that's a
risk
joke.
and the dangers of having offshore wind.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys want to brainstorm more or if we want to get into the meat of it, and this will sort of.
Well, I wonder if we'll come up with some ideas as we're going through our priority list too.
Yeah, I agree. So why don't we jump into the strategic plan? Let me just pull up the updated one. I had it. Oh,
Thanks for passing those through, Phil. I couldn't figure out for the life of me how to make Google and Topsfield's email addresses work together.
I would like you to do a presentation on how to survive without a Google account. That would be
no kidding.
great. I don't know how to do that.
So I'll share my screen. I know. How do you, Raphael? Like, what happens when? I mean, if it's a public document on Google, can you see it without a Google account, or do you need one even just to view?
I think if people share it with my Hotmail, then I'm fine. I don't understand. There's some weird thing between Hotmail and my Google. I figured out years ago how to make those two talk together, but I can't make it work with the town email. I
mean,
don't know.
Hotmail just like, flies loose. Sorry.
But Jackie, you must do it, right? Because this is all through your town email address.
So I made a town Gmail just to use Google with. So I don't use it for emails. I just use it for viewing and editing files. And like when I had the sustainability interns, we shared stuff through Google Docs and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have it's like Topsfield Conservation or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I don't even check the email. I just use it for this stuff.
I gotcha.
Yeah, for Masco, we had Masco's was somehow a Google email. I don't really know. Like masconoma.org was Google.
Right, that's what I'm saying. My Hotmail works just fine.
Mm. Taking over the world.
Yeah.
So Jen went through this. I have to confess, I haven't looked. We had a plumber here this morning. We had the ceiling falling in our kitchen. So
Oh no.
didn't get to. It's going to be fine. The plumber's still around somewhere in the house. So I haven't looked. If others have specific things, otherwise I can kind of scroll through it.
I think it's laid out pretty well, and maybe if we start at the highest level, the 5 bullet points on that first page kind of talk about where we're going to go, and maybe it'd be helpful for us to
The
to
5 bullet.
change or reaffirm. Yeah, right there,
Okay.
that this is what we wanted to focus on, to again, to change or confirm, I guess.
And these on this page, I don't think they're prioritized.
No.
What do people think? So we have reduce carbon footprint, promote waste reduction, promote renewable energy, preserve and protect ecosystems, education and outreach.
I think it covers.
Could
all
certainly
of
add
those.
to it, but I think those are straight out of the charter as is referenced. So
Mm,
that was the main sort of overall, I think it's the umbrella.
yeah. Okay.
Great.
Anybody object to any of these? Just for due process. And just so you know, I can't see all your faces on screen, so I might need voices if you have something.
I think at some point we may want to like revisit the language of carbon footprint, just
Mhm.
because I've heard like that was something like invented by fossil fuel companies, and like
By BP
that concept of
specifically.
it it like puts like the blame on like individual people rather than systems, even though like both, I don't know what to do instead, or like what's called instead, but just something to think about. Just
Yeah, I wonder
popped
if
into my head a second ago, but
I often get tripped up on what language to use for that kind of impact, environmental impact. So I'm happy to listen to if people who are in this more educated on it.
yeah, I could look into other like what's the best way to phrase it to make it like for the intended impact and all that.
Mhm. Jackie, you had shared a grant possibility with me between meetings about that was intended more for non-municipal buildings. Do you remember what language they used?
Let me see.
I could also probably look. And then Raphael, you've been talking with the select board about, I think, some different things. Has there been any other language?
No, we didn't get into the specifics like this, but
Okay.
we did have some goals, and I was gonna just touch upon it later,
Mhm.
like finishing the LED replacement
Yeah.
is one of our goals for this year, which I think we took out of here. So
Mhm.
my proposal would be we add it back in, but that's further down in the document.
Yeah.
So I found the grant. So they phrased it as improve energy efficiency and reduce greenhouse gas emissions were the goals. Yeah, so maybe reduce greenhouse gas emissions would be a good
Mhm.
alternative way to phrase it.
Yeah. What was, and I wrote down reduce greenhouse gas, but I didn't write, what was, my brain already
Emissions?
lost the first one you said.
Oh, their other goal was improve energy efficiency,
Okay.
um, which falls under reducing emissions, but um,
More specifically. Because one thing that just made me think about when, and especially with Raphael mentioning the LEDs was, I mean, that's a perfect example. LED replacement improves energy efficiency. And I know that there's been a lot of talk about electrifying systems versus
yeah.
take off fossil fuels, hopefully, because electricity might still come from fossil fuels, but there's at least that's
Mhm.
that way as that moves to renewable, you're already um, your infrastructure is already for it.
We could change that first one to reduce greenhouse gases and then change the promote renewable energy to promote renewable energy and energy efficiency.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Well, and it's very pedantic, but do we mean renewable or clean?
Haha. So talk to us more about why it would matter to use.
In the parlance of state legislation and state definitions, solar, wind, all that stuff is renewable, but existing hydro and nuclear power are not considered renewable. They're considered clean. It's very
Wow.
much a definitional thing.
Mm,
And a lot of states are moving their renewable portfolio standards to clean energy standards.
That's a good point.
Massachusetts. So,
And the others would still fall under that umbrella of clean wind.
yeah, exactly.
Oh. I mean, I suppose, I wouldn't have a problem with that, but I'm not super educated on it either, so.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
fun one
I
in
agree that-
Pennsylvania, you can burn what's called waste coal and it's considered renewable.
Waste coal?
Yeah, stuff that the coal, when they originally burned it, they were like, this coal isn't high quality enough, so we're just going to dump it here on the ground.
Oh.
And then they found out it was polluting their waterways. So, as a way to get rid of it and stop it polluting their waterways, they encouraged people to burn it by calling it renewable and then getting a renewable energy credit for it.
Wow.
Let's see clean then in that case.
Yeah, that's clean. I agree. That's a good catch.
I like that.
It's true. Renewable doesn't cover everything, and it covers certain things that are not ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just Googled some things, and it does seem like other towns have used that term, clean energy. Like Arlington has a Clean Energy Future Committee.
Yep. Oh, okay. All right. So the first bullet, we're gonna, forgive me, guys. I'm in my daughter's room.
Hello.
I've got a house. I thought I was becoming an empty nester, and it's going the other way around. So I have kids who love me, she says. I have a
That's
house
great.
with the plumber here and everything. So I was like, I need a quiet place. So I snuck into her room, but now she's home from work. So it's anyway, sorry about that. So we'll reduce carbon footprint. We'll change to reduce greenhouse emissions.
Greenhouse gases.
What's that?
Greenhouse gases.
Greenhouse gases?
For greenhouse gas emissions, I would say.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, that's what it
Yeah.
was. Greenhouse gas emissions. And was there a second part to that? Or was that it, Phil?
That was it for the first one.
Okay. Oh, thank you for editing right in there. I suppose I could have been doing that. Is that
Okay,
Jackie
clean
doing that? Thank
energy.
you.
And then the efficiency, where was that going?
That was going to be now after promote clean energy,
Clean energy,
efficiency.
And improve energy efficiency. I like it. Education and outreach is encompassing enough, and I actually feel like that might be something we want to. I think we talked last time about maybe prioritizing that, which is why I was commenting that this is not a prioritized list.
Not prioritized.
All
Yeah,
right.
there's a lot of overlap too, because promoting things is implying outreach, but that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Are we okay to move forward on this? Hearing no objection, I will move us down. So it looks like she,
Yeah, one thing, the last sentence in that first paragraph,
Mhm.
Kevin just told us a week or two ago, evidently our green communities lapsed.
Yes.
So I think we need to change the emphasis from maintaining to I don't know
I'm
what's the
worried
word I'm
about
looking
that.
for.
Yeah, what does it say? What does it say now?
It says it maintains its green community designation.
Maintaining green community designation, maybe
Uh,
like reestablishing, I don't know.
There
Yeah,
you go.
that's
That's the word I was looking for.
You want me to do it, or you want to do it?
As a goal, I guess, because it's not
Oh,
um
set it up above.
yeah, I guess you could say we previously I don't know if that should be in the introduction, that we lost our green communities designation.
Hey, messed it up. Hold on a second. I just
Yeah, I'll try to find it in the
I
goals.
think to Phil's point, the first 5 bullet points are supposed to be mirroring the charter.
So we might.
So I would
I'd
put it up
rather
there.
I'd rather update the charter than not do what we want, right? So you're thinking here, I mean, I think that was great to have the Green Communities designation. Um,
Okay, and then since July, if we are saying that we previously had green community designation,
mhm.
we shouldn't we shouldn't say since July 2011. We should say um, maybe we can just say we previously had green community designation and aim to reestablish that
Yeah,
designation
okay.
and are working towards reestablishment.
Yeah. So what we can do also, where was it? Here, sorry if you're watching my shared screen, are working toward reestablishing. Yeah. And I wanted this to be a I'll just leave it. Okay. So Jen knows what we're doing here. All right. Again, I don't want to take too much. I don't want to not waste. I don't want to spend a lot of time just checking on her edits. If you guys did review it, if you have things you want me to scroll to, tell me and we'll start there. And then,
Well, the second paragraph under introduction, we need to make that consistent with the changes we just made.
okay.
Carbon footprint and the renewable energy.
Yeah. Thank you, Jackie.
And since we added green community, reestablishing green community under this introduction, are you sure you want to add that as a bullet in the very front, Billy? Because those things really do reference the charter, and we wouldn't have to go back to the charter.
Okay.
I think with those minor edits that we made, the clarifications we made.
Yeah. Like what we've done doesn't require us to change the
I
charter.
wouldn't think so. I think we're just
Okay.
clarifying.
All right. Yeah, that's fine because it kind of would fall under
Yeah.
one of these. Thank you. Marked. All right. And we'll give this all a once over again in general too to see. So thanks, Jackie. Did anyone have any other notes? I'm trying to see where to see you again. Here you are.
Not till initiative 1 for me.
Anyone else before then? Okay. Oh, wait, since Jackie's being so gracious to put those in there, Raphael, what are your thoughts on initiative 1?
The second bullet, I think we should keep that in there. Streetlight conversion to LEDs. It's essentially out of the town's hands now. We're waiting for National Grid, but to the extent that the town can keep calling them and asking and saying, "What are you doing? When is this happening?" and just being a thorn in the side to make sure it happens. I think it's something we want to stay focused on.
So you raised something just now. I just rejected the edit to remove that, so we're keeping it. But you made a comment that reminded me that I've also thought about advocacy for things, hoping that falls under one of the bullets for the charter. But yeah, like promoting includes advocating for it and staying on top of it.
Yeah.
Kind of saying that out loud for myself too. I don't even know what that is.
Again, Zilly, just for consistency, that initiative number 1 title.
Yep.
Somebody might have to do a global search after.
Yeah, I think we could just
catch 'em.
keep talking to me. Tell me where to scroll, what you'd like.
Well, Jen left the note about the school analysis.
Yeah. Is that,
I don't have an answer to that, but
wait, why don't I see that? Is that further down?
action 2. There you go.
Okay, school efforts. And she made a note. What's her note?
Yeah.
We left this. So Andrew Prazar?
It must be Andrew Praiser.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So something just to fill in the blanks from last year that came up was that there was, and this might be where the green communities lapsed, because it took a long time to, there was a project that was meant to happen at the schools that wasn't happening. And so we couldn't apply for any new opportunities until that was done. So then we decided to submit like a cancel it. I don't remember the formal language of it, so that we wouldn't be held back by the school project not happening.
Do you know what the school project was?
It had to do with the light replacement, I think, at Stewart.
Light replacement at Stewart. Okay. Do you want me to check in with Andrew about this, or?
That would be amazing if you don't mind doing that, like any of us could. But I think you might also have a better pulse on the history of it if he has answers that.
Yeah, I'll check in about this.
Okay.
I know the school board was getting after the facilities
Yep.
person.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. It was definitely like a why can't this happen? And it just can't happen kind of back and forth from what I understood.
Yeah.
There may have been other barriers, but
Yeah, maybe now that there is actually a second in charge for the facilities department for the elementary schools, and there's
the bandwidth might be,
some help.
yeah.
Yeah, it may be able to be handled.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I can check my notes for that, Charisse, and see, because there was documentation around it. So that might be helpful for you to see.
Okay.
We had, so Jen Collins Brown, the fire chief, has some documentation on that too, because she's been working with that grant. I'm just making a note to find that documentation for you.
Okay, thanks.
And then we talked about, all right, so we kind of need to explore this, basically this whole section.
Right.
I can also find out what's happening at Masco if you'd like, since I have like contacts over there. So Charisse will check with the Tri-Town School Union, and I can check with Masco.
You guys ever feel like you're being typecast?
I don't mind like this behind the scenes stuff, because I think it saves a lot of time having the intellectual knowledge, like of the history and the dynamics, to kind of just get to the point quicker.
Yeah.
All right, so if we can move, we had promote, improve, wait, we changed this one too. Promote clean energy. Did we end up changing this one? Becky's quick. She got on those edits. Now, on this section, did any of this conversation come up, Raphael, with the select board? The climate leader community?
No, that didn't. Most of our discussion came back to, I said we're in this circular loop where the advisory committee is looking for the select board to give them some direction as to what the advisory committee should focus on, and the select board is saying we want the advisory committee to come to us and tell us what we should focus on.
Okay.
So it's very circular right now. Just somebody needs to say this is what we should focus on.
we'll do that. We'll get to that. We might not get to it today, but we'll get to it within the
Yeah.
next meeting or two and tell them what to focus on. Hee hee. I mean, if they want to be told what to do,
Yep.
So
yes.
for climate leader communities, um, if everyone's not aware, you need to be a green community first. So
Right.
it's sort of like step one is reestablishing green community designation. And then I'm pretty sure you do need to be a green community before you become a climate leader community, but it's in that same realm.
Yeah. That's okay. I think it's okay. This is our now a 3-year, right?
Yeah.
strategic plan. So yeah, I appreciate that insight.
So requirement number 1 is be a green community in good standing. Requirement 2 is establish and maintain a local committee to advise, coordinate, and or lead clean energy and climate activities, which we have, I would say.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Clean energy and climate activities. So now we're changing to clean energy. Great.
Yay, good.
And then requirement 3 is a municipal decarbonization commitment. You must commit to eliminating on-site fossil fuel use by 2050. There are several ways to demonstrate this. Requirement 4 is the municipal decarbonization roadmap. 5 is zero emission vehicle first policy. 6 is specialized stretch energy code, which is with like building department. Yeah,
we have that?
the requirements.
I think we have a stretch code.
I think we have stretch code, but not specialized stretch code.
Okay. So there's a policy on,
So it's like an even higher than the stretch code in terms of its
okay.
greenness.
So one point, not last year, but I think the previous year, the building inspector did come to one of these meetings and present about that.
Okay.
So when we get to the point where we're ready to talk about that again, I think that would be a good person to invite.
Yeah. The building inspector is in my level of the building, like in my office area. So I can talk to him about it.
Okay. Perfect. All right. And decarbonization, I wrote down as like a good word for us to remember instead of carbon footprint. Is there anyone who would like to sort of be the lead person for figuring out the first step to even redesignating green communities?
I can look into it. I think I talked to the fire chief about this because
Yeah,
I think this was under the fire department before.
right. I know she was, I think she took it on because she was seeking to apply for grants for some needs in their building. I don't think she wanted to be the green communities person, but I think she did it out of need. So I think that'd be a good place to start if you have time and you're willing to, just figure out what it is so that we can, what the steps need to happen. So we have something to grab onto.
Okay. Yeah, I'll see if I might be able to find my notes from an earlier discussion and answer.
Because
But
we have talked about it before, but I think my head was so in the weeds with the trash that I couldn't even hold on to it. All right. So back to, I'm looking at the time. How many pages are in this? Okay. So I feel like the waste reduction, without looking at the details, her edits, trusting.
The only thing, and maybe I'm being snobby on this, is we talked a lot about curbside and subsidized composting, but I don't know if we necessarily are we trying to promote that or just composting in general?
Yeah.
yeah, I had wondered if we want to include backyard composting too.
Yeah, that was kind of my only overarching thing there.
I'd be happy. I think backyard composting is
A
a
good
great
point.
thing
Right.
to add, but I would also want to my hope that this, now that we've gotten like the kinks out or started getting more of the kinks out with the general rollout and with school starting, what I had shared, I forget where. Oh, with the trash team, the ad hoc working group, is that once students are back in session and there's student clubs and so forth, re-engaging and having there be like opportunities to promote through the schools. Um, so what would your suggestion be here?
I was just thinking that we take out subsidized uh, on that first bullet point,
Mm-hmm.
and then add, so take out subsidized and replace it with backyard and.
Okay.
Yeah. Or curbside and backyard if you want to emphasize curbside.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like maybe we can focus on the curbside in the immediate because we already have momentum with that.
Yeah.
But then sometime in the next few years, maybe we can have like a workshop on how to compost in your backyard. And that might capture like people who don't want to pay extra money for compost, or like they already backyard compost and want to know how to do it better. Or I think I've heard that a lot of people in Topsfield do compost in their backyard. Um, so I feel like there might be interest in like people learning how to do that correctly, because I think a lot of people don't do the right mix of like of materials, and they don't know how to, like, I'm thinking my parents, for example, they just like put everything in the bin, but they don't ever like mix it, or like they'd kind of just let it sit there hoping to get to it eventually. Like I feel like people might benefit from learning like how to manage your backyard compost and how to create one if it's new to you. Like I think it's a different group of people than who are interested in curbside composting, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So
It sounds like
thank
a
you.
good COA topic specifically, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also like any kind of composting education, we could probably pretty easily cross promote in the school email newsletters,
Mm-hmm.
just because we do now officially have all 6 schools starting the year at least by October 1st with their composting. And also, every school will have a recycling bucket for lunch also, which they did not before, in addition to a liquids bucket to make sure the compost isn't messed up. So there's a lot of education going on there, and it would be just an easy thing for me to get into the email newsletters.
Okay. Thank you, by the way, for taking, like, I think that's happening because of you, that's getting across to all 6 elementary schools over the TTU. So thank you for that work, because
Yeah, no problem.
Great. So there is composting in all the schools now? There's going to be?
Yeah, but with Black Earth. So we
Good.
started it.
Oh, wow.
We started it in the kitchens only in the 6 schools in January, and then in April it was rolled out in 5 of the 6 elementary schools, and now this will be the first year that all 6 will start the school year with Black Earth and have recycling and the liquid bucket, so everything's done properly. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a good start.
Yeah, it's a heavy lift, so amazing. Thank you.
Sure.
Um, all right, I'm going to keep scrolling here. So, I mean, I guess we sort of, it's redundant here, but I think that's fine to keep in there.
Well, looking ahead to Initiative 5 of the education and outreach,
Yes.
we might want to add another action item that focuses on what we were talking about in the last meeting as far as
Yeah.
social media outreach, like, well, establishment of social media profiles and outreach via social media, email, and a standalone website that can be linked to the town website.
Okay. What do you guys think? I like the word establish. And actually, if you guys are, yeah, I'd love to figure out what I want to know what to call, what name to have for any of these, because like, is it the sustainability team? Is it the I don't necessarily want it to be to say sustainability advisory committees, because it'd be nice for it to feel more like it's part of the community versus like our role as an advisory committee to the select board.
Could we call it Sustainable Topsfield?
We could.
It's not something that exists already.
Well, we've got green Topsfield already. I mean,
Right.
we could use that, or make it sustainable, or green and sustainable Topsfield.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the idea of using Topsfield in it to sound community based.
I'm just writing this for myself. I'm going to edit it out later. Yeah.
And yeah, I think we don't need to necessarily figure out what that plan is right now, because that is the action item.
Yeah. I'd like to I wouldn't mind coming up with the name today, because I think between now and the next meeting, per our homework assignments, Sharice and I were talking about maybe getting started with at least setting the framework up for any of these. So social media, I'm going to say presence, our independent website, email, newsletter. I think that covered.
Works.
So I had a conversation with Jack Bergerson, he's on our CC list, and he recommended something called HubSpot for email distribution options, because we do have quite a list of names of people who are interested in what we're doing, maybe have a specific area of focus. And I haven't played with it yet, but he offered, if we know how we want to set it up, to like help us set it up. And that way, if we have something specific that we're wanting to push out to that list of interested parties, it would be much easier. And Sharice has had a lot of experience setting up social media presence for different purposes. So we've talked about kind of getting those going. I did look, and I cannot do a free website. I thought I might be able to through our Squarespace account for my business, but we can't. We'd have to pay for a separate one. So we might just have to use a free one that would probably include ads, unless we can make an argument for using RDP funds to pay for a subscription if it's not too much money. You can find some pretty cheap ones through WordPress or Squarespace or Wix site. But do you guys agree? I think we touched on this last time of maybe having a standalone landing place website that the town can link to, so we don't have to.
Yeah, I think most hosting entities, there is a fee. I mean, a monthly or annual.
If you don't want to have ads.
Yeah, it'd be nice not to have ads.
Yeah.
Who knows what the ads are?
I've definitely done them for free and just let the ads live there. Raphael, any update on the town website? I'm kind of jumping around a little bit. Because the big thing for the town website that I'm waiting for is the ability to sign up for news and announcements and have
Yep.
them come into my email.
Yeah, I mean, actually, the current website, we already have that. We've just not really been utilizing it.
It because it doesn't work. I've signed up multiple times for news and announcements to come to my email, and it doesn't do it.
Probably because no one's sending news and announcements, is my guess.
Like the ones that are posted. Okay, so whatever it gets, there's a place on the website that says, I forget if it exactly says news and announcements, but it's something like that.
Yeah, and all the boxes, there's like 84 different options. Is that what you're talking about?
I'm talking about this town news.
Yeah,
Those posts are happening, but I don't know
right.
how to get them to get emailed to me.
So what I'm saying is, I think if you scroll all the way down to the
Yeah.
bottom of the page, website update notifications,
Mhm.
all of these options are here, and I don't think anybody's pushing them. What I don't know is, is that that's just an extra step that somebody at town hall needs to be doing. Um, and I don't have an update on why that's not happening.
Okay.
I can chat with Kevin more about it for sure.
Because I think he doesn't realize I've chosen this one so many times. Because I do get the emails whenever there's a select board meeting, whenever there's a planning
Yeah,
meeting, like other ones that I signed up for, I get,
yeah. And
but
it's
don't
mostly
get.
like the agenda and meeting coming up, and yeah,
Right.
I get those too.
That would have, for our rollout with the trash and recycling,
Yep,
like that would have taken care of like so much of the problems.
yep. And that is under select board communication goals, is to use email more effectively.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, even if that call out was a little bit stronger on the front page of the Topsfield website, like I would never intuitively think that the way, if you scroll down, how is it phrased? Website update notifications.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
would never think that that's like signing up to get, the town.
Well, I
meeting.
agree. After you click, and then after you click on that, it's a better terminology. So
Yeah.
email alerts, maybe that should be on the first page.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Just
just
say
not
subscribe to
clear
email alerts.
from the front page.
So maybe the advisory committee's first note of advice to the
Absolutely.
town is to remedy those little things. And I do feel bad because it's come up with Stephanie Bellotti, and I think she seemed to feel that the web updates to the website were going to make that work better. Like there'd been some clunkiness to it on her end. But in the meantime, it's a really big missed opportunity.
Even if it could also be more present, I mean, it should be in multiple places on the front page, like at the top of the page and
Yeah.
at the bottom, and maybe, a part of the menu. Like, that
Yeah.
would make a huge difference.
You got that, Raphael? Bring that back to the team.
You got it. Yeah.
By the way, I'm looking at the HubSpot website, and for the free tools, it looks like you can send 2,000 emails per calendar month, and it just includes the HubSpot branding.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But I know, like, let's say we were doing Squarespace, like the email marketing may already be included.
Yeah.
And so it might make sense to keep it in one platform. So maybe we need to first decide how we're creating that website and if we
Yeah.
have money to do so.
Yeah. All right. I think, is that a task though for us to explore them?
Yes.
Okay. So Sharice and I will explore the website hosting options and the email marketing options to figure out and maybe get started with the social media. What do people think about the name? Like if we stayed with Green Topsfield, a positive thing is, and I'm happy to use anything Green Topsfield has already established and just change the name. So that's a positive because you have anyone who's already subscribed to that Facebook page. The downside for me thinking about it is just like, I don't know if it creates confusion or if it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know why I thought that might create confusion. I always thought of it as a separate entity, but the goals overlap. So I don't know what you guys.
I don't think it should align. I don't think it should read as if it's aligning directly with green communities so much, because I mean, the state's also got like a clean cities,
Yeah.
or like a clean communities operation coalition also.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure about something that points us in one direction or another. I kind of like just sustainable Topsfield, unless we can think of something a little bit more glamorous than that.
Do we feel
Simpler the better.
What's that?
I think the simpler the better when it comes to a title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think if green communities, I mean, green Topsfield is already a thing that exists. We probably don't want to mix up the two if this is something different or like steal that name.
Right.
But green
Cool.
Topsfield is basically Zilly, so so if Zilly's okay with us,
Yeah, I guess so if you're okay with us stealing.
Yeah. I am okay with it. That's like, I guess I just need to know what you guys think, because like it started as a subcommittee of the PTO, and then it was a subcommittee of the Topsfield Education Foundation, which went discontinued. So then it just has been floating around it doesn't really know what it is. And all I do on there so lately is just occasionally share stuff on Facebook. So we could reinvigorate it. I can keep the page and change the name. Sustainable, I always wonder if there's anyone who would get confused and think it means like economically sustainable versus environmentally. That's my only question about that word.
Yeah, I'm biased, but I think people would assume it's environmentally.
I think
Just
I'm
because like
biased
everyone
too.
who's a sustainability coordinator, like that other towns have sustainability staff and it's all environment focused, but
Mhm,
I'm
mhm.
fine with either name.
It might be
I'm with
nice.
Jackie.
Okay. If you guys all feel that way, like that just makes me feel better about using it. I just needed to kind of vet it with others to understand, because a positive of switching to sustainable is that we have your title, Jackie, and we have the title of this committee, and that could be really helpful, I think. So we don't need to vote on this, do we? Should we?
could just to memorialize it.
Let's do it. Okay, so I will entertain a motion to use the name Sustainable Topsfield for any social media and e-news presence that we create moving forward.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Charisse. Do I have a second?
Sure, I'll second it.
Okay. So roll call vote. I'm not calling on Jackie. So, Bill,
Aye.
Raphael,
Aye.
Charisse,
Aye.
and I am an I. So we've memorialized that. Thank you.
Did Sharice second that? I missed who seconded it.
Charisse motioned, Raphael second.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm looking at the clock. I'm gonna take a pause because I think we got a lot done on this, and we'll let Jen we'll come back next time with a cleaned up version of what we've done so far, and maybe have one more pass through on it. Oops, these are my notes. That's not the agenda. So there's a lot left on here that we didn't, but we kind of wove a lot of this in as we talked. So in the next few minutes, instead of going down the list, is anybody like, oh, I really want to update you on X, Y, or Z from this list that we haven't already done?
Not really. I'm on an email distribution for several different organizations and communities like ours, even
Mhm.
some out-of-state ones. Maybe I'll just send that to you and Sharice so you can take a look at those when you're
Okay.
creating our list on
Okay.
topics
Yeah.
and as examples, I guess,
I
as
like
examples, I'm
that'd
saying.
be really helpful. Yeah. Thank you, Phil. Jackie, how did the trash team meeting go last week? Were you there?
Yeah, it was good. We mainly talked about bulk items and white goods. Um, we wanted to write up kind of like a description of what is a bulk item and make that all more clear. And then we talked about how to get that information out, um, and how much we're going to charge for all of that. I think we landed on like a 5 item limit per household.
Mm.
And then we talked about like defining what an item is. Like, is a set of chairs an item? I'm not sure what, I don't remember what the decision was, but um, I
Yeah.
think it's going to be $20 per item um, for metals and white goods, except $40 for Freon product. And then there's going to be signups starting the end of this week, probably for the first round. I forget if it was metals or white goods, the first one.
Both. It's like metals, white goods is one thing.
It's split up now. So, or no, metals and white goods are combined, but
Okay. Bulk is
Versus bulk
bulk
items.
is different. Yeah. So I think this time it's metals and white goods. And the cutoff will probably be September 10th at 5 p.m. to sign up for that.
Mhm.
And then we're going to advertise on the Facebook, COA, library, maybe a robocall or something like that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Can,
Okay.
well, I know this isn't for our group, but maybe we could get that on the sign in front of town hall, and maybe even use the police electronic sign too.
That's an idea.
Yeah, I've expressed to that team that I'm really concerned about this is a change that you have to pre-register
Yeah, absolutely.
and nobody's going to know if we don't really blast it all over the place. And then we're going to have a lot of unhappy people if they think
So you can't
Yeah.
just put it out by the street on that day. You have to sign up for
it's
it.
supposed to
Correct.
pre-register.
Yeah.
And there's a fee, so you have to pay for it.
Not for the metals and white goods. That's free.
That's just the bulk. Okay.
Bulk is a fee. So this is why the town did metals and white goods first because
No,
there's
I think the white goods is a fee because
that's a change.
especially for Freon. So Freon products,
Oh,
like that costs a lot to dispose of.
in the past they just didn't allow those, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So it's going to be, I think, 40 per Freon item and then 20 for regular white goods, non-Freon.
Oh. Okay, that's very new.
Okay, I didn't realize that was, I thought it was stickers before, like with bulk.
Bulk, yes. White goods has always been free pickup twice a year. Ah, dang it. Wish I was at that meeting.
Yeah, I mean, we did emphasize that like this is new to people and we need to get this out because people are going to be calling Sue or whoever to say like, I put my item out, why didn't it get picked up?
Yeah, it's definitely going to happen. 100%. So, all right. Okay, but that's not this committee's focus and we're well on time. I just wanted to see on the update. And there was something important that I wanted to shoot. Oh, darn it. What did I? All right. I'm not sharing now, right? I'm going to look at my notes. Oh, I just want to float this idea because it's something I really want to do. I went into a business that had offered me a plastic bag for something I purchased, and we've had a policy on the books in Topsfield for many years of no plastic bags. And I've also seen, I don't think we have a policy on this, but just like a rat trap that had poison, like behind a business downtown. And I was thinking, I wanted to just float the idea because we're late in the meeting, but to bring it back next week so you can think about it, of developing some kind of a letter from us as a sustainability advisory committee that just like lists some of the policies that are on the books for the town And then also lists some of the advisory, suggestions that we have as a committee around those kinds of basic things like rat poison, lighting, and plastic bags or single-use products. What do people think of that idea?
I like it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
so
still a
for-
little. Sorry,
Okay.
go ahead, Jackie.
Oh, so for the rat poison, like rodenticides, Board of Health and Conservation have been talking about this recently, and I think the town had approved getting rid of the SGAR rodenticides on the town properties. So I think that was recently approved.
Yeah.
And Conservation Commission looked into regulating it within our jurisdiction, and town council advised us not to do that. I know other towns do it. I know of a handful that do regulate it within like wetlands and things
Mhm.
or buffer zones. So that was something we were thinking about doing with conservation, but then we probably won't go against the town council. So just so you know, I think they said that like basically towns are not supposed to be regulating that, like it's a state or federal thing or something like that. But we can certainly make a statement of our views on it.
Okay.
Sounds all the
And
more
then
important to do so.
Right.
we do have a single-use plastic ban with exceptions.
Yes, I'm aware. But it's very awkward when you're a customer and you're like, it's all I can do to not be like, but what are you doing? And like, then, so that's where I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice to just have a letter? Can you guys hear that background noise? Sorry. To have a letter that is just from our committee that we can just hand out to businesses, especially if we,
Handout to businesses. Okay.
yes, sorry. Yeah. All right, so if you guys are okay with that idea, I might start drafting something that we can look at the next meeting.
Okay.
All right, I think there was always more to talk about, but we're past one, and I think we covered a lot today. So thank you guys for your time. Does anybody have any last pressing comments before I adjourn us? Okay, so seeing no objection, I will adjourn our meeting at 1:03 p.m.